What's up, guys? Gun here, coming at you with the second try at the quarter arcade challenge. Had a little bit of fun last time. Didn't really win much money, but it is kind of fun to make 50 lineups and have some stuff going. So we're gonna try it again today. It is May 20th. It's a Saturday. I have to do this one a little bit of rush because I got to get out of here and go to a nephew's birthday party. But figured I'd get something going that way I can check my phone and have something fun to watch. So basically, if you didn't catch the first quarter arcade challenge, what I'm doing is spending a whopping $12.50 to max enter the quarter arcade on DraftKings, which is 50 lineups. Usually I'll do in addition to my normal play, my cash game, stuff like that. But today, since I am strapped for time, I'm just going to do the quarter arcade and nothing else, since I won't be here to enjoy the games. But anyway, what I've been doing, at least what I did last time, figure I'll try it again, is I'm attaching myself to 5 teams to full stack and a couple of pitchers. So it's kind of a shorter slate today. The second half of the Saturday all day slate. The early slate was kind of a mess. DraftKings got themselves into a little bit of a sticky situation. I didn't play that one, but this one's only a couple games, like I think seven, something like that. And one of these games, the Cardinals and the Giants, has some weather concerns. So what I'm doing is uh, picking my 5 teams, and I actually have picked my 5 teams. So I'm gonna go ahead and explain the teams I'm gonna pick, why I'm gonna stack them, and what I'm gonna do is I'm going to stack each team 10 times, 5 lineups with 5 members of the team, and 5 lineups with 4, and so on and so forth. So first team I'm gonna gravitate to is the Detroit Tigers. They're facing a red hot Rangers team. Rangers have won 10 games in a row, but like if you ask me, it's some of it's a little luck. They had a series with the Phillies. They had 2 walk-off wins, so it's not like they're dominating. And I don't really trust their pitching to be great. And I know their bullpen is weak. So a couple things I want to point out. First of all, is the bullpen. When I go to the bullpen tab in the campdfs.com VIP spreadsheet, and I sort it from highest ERA to lowest ERA in terms of bullpens. Texas is right up there with a 4.98 ERA. The one guy in that bullpen I'm a little bit worried about is Matt Bush. And yesterday, Matt Bush, I think he threw something like 40 pitches. Matt Bush, or 33 pitches, right? So he threw 33 pitches, which is enough for me to think, maybe he's not coming back out there today. He could, but the rest of that bullpen, I'm not really that scared of. So if I can rule out Matt Bush and kind of pick on that bullpen, that's cool. And I don't hate the starting matchup. So we added this daily pitcher StatCast tab in the campdfs.com VIP spreadsheet. And right now it's sorted from most barrels per plate appearance. And basically, barrels are like hard hit balls that usually result in a 500 or more batting average. AJ Griffin leads the slate in barrel hits, right? So that's enough for me to kind of like the Tigers here. So I cross-reference, daily hitter StatCast, all that stuff, and it really lines up well for the Tigers. Like I said, the bullpen's not that great. So I want to use the Tigers as one of my 5 teams I'm going to stack. Next team I'm going to stack is the White Sox. I think a lot of people are going to stack Mariners, and I'm actually going to stack Mariners too. I think I'm going to stack both sides of this game. But I'm a little bit more interested in White Sox. The same reason as I am the Tigers. Like, I love picking on weak bullpens. I'm not that high on the Mariners here against the White Sox because the White Sox have a great bullpen. I'm going to stack them anyway because I think they're going to be pretty well owned, and it makes a lot of sense, right? Mike Pelfrey doesn't strike people out, gives up a high average. But I'm more interested in the White Sox, and I don't think they're going to be very high owned after Ariel Miranda mowed them down yesterday. So of course, I'm going to grab Yolmer, Melky, Abreu, Evisael, love him. And then I'm going to sprinkle in, Davidson, Frazier, guys like that. So I like that spot there. Like I said, Mariners bullpen also not good. Actually, I think it's amongst the worst. Yeah, the worst in baseball. So I know Miranda did great yesterday, but I'm going to stack some White Sox. And then on the flip side, I'm going to stack Mariners. only because Pelfrey has some pretty rough stats here. I wish Robinson Cano was in the lineup, but they're going to be team number 3 in my stack. So far I got Tigers, White Sox, and Mariners, and then I'm going to game stack the Orioles and Blue Jays as well. Gossman versus Bolsinger. Bolsinger doesn't project pretty well, allowing a 310 average to righties and a 1.6 overall home run per 9, more so to righties. So love Machado in that situation, like Adam Jones. Love Trumbo. I really want the righties here, but I'm not going to leave out the lefties since Chris Davis is bad and cleaned up. Also like Beef Wellington. So full stack in Orioles projects pretty well against Bolsinger. And then I'll stack Blue Jays. Gossman at home is something I don't love to pick on, but this is kind of a rough slate, and I need to grab another stack here. So game stack in this one, game stack in Mariners, White Sox, and then I'm going to have Tigers. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, that's 5. I'm going to also use a couple of Dodger bets today to sprinkle throughout. Because shortstop is pretty weak, I like Seager, Bellinger, Grandal, a couple of the lefties there. Those are going to be the main ones. And then I'm just going to like scatter in bats from the rest of the slate. I'm also going to use JT Riddle over here. He's a near min price shortstop on DraftKings. Yesterday yesterday I punted Adam Rosales at shortstop. I don't mind punting shortstop if I don't think it's a deep position. And today I kind of like that as well. I don't love picking on Dan Straley. He's really good against lefties, allowing just a 186 average. The only reason I'm going to grab some of these is because they all hit for a decent enough average. They don't strike out a ton. And for some reason, Vegas has them as a big favorite, which is pretty wild thinking because Dan Straley is statistically one of the hardest to hit pitchers in baseball. I think bottom 3 in batting average allowed. So I was kind of shocked to see Dodgers such a deep favorite. But I need some bats here. And Bellinger's been hitting bombs. Seager is a good hitter. And Grandal's a catcher. Basically, I'm going to end up using mostly Alex Avila at catcher, but a little bit of Grandal. Alex Avila is batting second. He's actually going to play first base today. Miggy's going to be DHing. So that's what I'm doing there, making 50 lines with them. The 3 pitchers I'm going to use today are Verlander, Robbie Ray, and Perdomo. And basically, like if I really want to dumb down the process, I'm grabbing the 3 pitchers with the lowest Sierra on the slate. I don't love Perdomo. I really don't. I've used them in the past against righty-heavy lineups. The Diamondbacks are going to have Peralta, Jake Lamb, Chris Herman, guys like that. So it's a really dangerous spot, especially if the Diamondbacks went off last night. So I'm only going to use them in I have 30% or 28%. It's going to be mainly Verlander and Robbie Ray. And then speaking of Sierra, if you look at the bottom, remember the teams I'm stacking Mariners, White Sox, Orioles, all the guys with low Sierras, I'm picking on them as well. Of course, there's other advanced metrics that's making me like the stacks here, but Sierra is really a quick, dumbed down version of justifying some of these stacks here. So that's going to be it. Tigers, White Sox, Blue Jays, Orioles, and Mariners. 5 teams I'm going to go with. Going to grab a 3-piece from Dodgers and see what happens in tonight's quarter arcade. I will be back after my nephew's party. Reminder, guys, if you want to get access to the spreadsheet I've been using for this video, you can do so by getting a VIP pass at campfs.com. The access to the spreadsheet is a perk of having a subscription. Cool way to support the streams, the podcast, the site, and of course get access to all this stuff. This is the stuff I'm using every day, and so far so good. And the Vipers, the Vipers love it too. We did add the metric tab. If you look at my main channel, I actually have an hour-long tutorial video of the different tabs, how to use them, how to read them. So check that out. All right, guys, back in for the conclusion of the quarter arcade challenge. It actually went pretty good. The Tiger stack early on looked great. I was watching it on my phone, and in the first inning, I grabbed back-to-back home runs from JD Martinez, Avila, Miggy, and JD Martinez. So I thought I was sitting pretty high there, but that actually ended up not being my best stack. My best stacks were the White Sox stacked, and I had, you see my ownerships here, I had 86% Alex Avila, so that helped out. Justin Verlander, 71%, and then 98% Robbie Ray. Took a bold stand there. And like I said, I did have Perdomo. He was not good. He got murked, minus 13 DKP. And you see some of my lines with him did really well, 145 plus. So that wasn't cool. But I finished second place. The top line to finish second place, which was 0.25 behind first place. So congrats to Relum77 for winning that. And it flipped $220. So $12.50 into 220. I actually sorted it here from highest places performance, whatever. Second, 7th, 28, 32, 83. So a couple lineups in the top 100 there. I was thinking at the end that if I won this, then like maybe it would be pointless to continue to make quarter arcade videos or challenges, because once you win the challenge, like what else is left? But a couple of notes on this top lineup here that finished second. Yasmani Grandal hit an RBI double, I think in the 7th inning, and they held up Cody Bellinger at third base. And I think Bellinger might have made it if he went. If he would have won. Also, Corey Seager was the last at bat of the entire slate, and he grounded out. So this lineup actually had some opportunities to do 0.2 better, but it is what it is. So we go through here and look at how the different stacks did. So this one was actually the 48th out of 50th lineup I built. That's only because White Sox, when I build my stacks, I build them in sequential order in case I have to use late swap. The White Sox stacks did well. Alex Avila was a guy I used a whole bunch today, and he had a game. And also Avisail Garcia had 48 DKP. So those two were basically the backbone of my night. Avisail Garcia was only 4.1%. Top lineups ended up being and the Dodgers, who were getting murked. They're actually getting no hit for a couple innings. Bellinger ended up having a late home run. Also, Corey Seager had one. They actually went back to back, and then Grandal, like I said, had that RBI double that could have been a 2 RBI double. And in that lineup, I used Alex Avila at first base, and he was catcher first base eligible. So that was pretty clutch here. I don't know if a lot of people used him at first base. So that was a cool way to be different and still use the high-owned player. Because first base, a lot of people are going to go to Chris Davis, Miggy, stuff like that. So that was a cool little technique we ran there. What else was in this lineup? Seth Smith was part of the Orioles stack that we mentioned. So all this stuff is, like, all these players were in those stacks that we were talking about. Earlier today, Gene Segura was in the Mariners stack. Denard Span, that was a money situation, got 5. Anyway, it is what it is. I guess since we didn't win the quarter arcade, I can keep doing them. And maybe if I do win it, I'll keep doing it anyway. I usually don't like to play this low stakes, but it is kind of fun to have 50 lineups out there. And when they do well, they do well. $12 to $220, not going to complain. A lot of fun. I want to see if you guys are doing it too. I know a lot of people in the CampDFS.com chat room play around in the quarter arcade. It's a cool way to have fun and not blow your bankroll. So if you guys do it, let me know how you do in the comments below. And maybe you guys can race me first to win the quarter arcade wins, right? It's a lot of fun. So I'll see you next time. I think I'm going to do it again tomorrow on a Sunday afternoon slate. I haven't really broke into the pitching yet, but once I do, I'll probably reserve 50 lineups if it's worth it. But a lot of fun today. The ROI flips here. If you look on the screen, I'll have the math up there. I'm too tired to have the math up right now, but ROI is pretty good. $12.50 to $2.20, and almost won it. Maybe next time. Appreciate you guys watching. Good luck. God bless. Go win some money.